Welcome to Lockport Township High School for the 2022 Graduation Commencement Ceremony. My name is John Greenan. And it is my privilege to be the today to share in this celebration. Today, we gather together to celebrate the accomplishments of our senior students and to wish them well as they begin the next step with their future. In order to maintain the importance and dignity of today's ceremony, I ask for your cooperation. In the event we need to evacuate Porter Stadium, the graduates will first proceed to the field house through the field house side door up the hill. We will then dismiss our guests in an orderly fashion. Guests sitting on the field and on the home side bleachers will be directed to door 1, which is our Community Wellness Center door, and door 53, which is the door up the steps near the visitor side entrance of Porter Stadium. Guests sitting on the visitor side will be directed up the ramp by the side of the bleachers to the field house garage door. Please follow instructions from our staff and police to various hallways and areas throughout the building. Smoking is prohibited on school grounds. Please remain seated to allow everyone to see the graduates walk across the stage. Flowers and other gifts may be given to the graduates only after the ceremony is concluded. Please refrain from disrupting the ceremony through the use of noisemakers and outbursts. Please hold all applause and cheers until all graduates have been announced. It is important that we hear each graduate's name when being announced. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that you remain in your seats until all graduates have left Porter Stadium. Parents and guests are asked to leave Porter Stadium and meet the graduates outside the building after the graduates pick up their diploma. There are photo opportunities set up starting near the Community Wellness Center to the auditorium. Adhering to these expectations will allow the ceremony to proceed at a comfortable pace and will ensure all students receive the recognition they deserve. To everyone, thank you for sharing this day with us, and we hope you enjoy the ceremony. Welcome to the 113th Annual Commencement Ceremony of Lockport Township High School. Please welcome the Lockport Township High School Board of Education, Administration, and members of the faculty and staff. The processional music will be played by our LTHS band. Parents and guests, it is my honor to present to you the 113th graduating class of Lockport Township High School, the class of 2022. Would everyone please stand for the playing of our national anthem by senior members of the LTHS choir. Please be seated. Thank you to the LTHS Band and the LTHS Choir for their performances today. At this time, I would like to acknowledge any veterans who have served our United States military to stand and be recognized. We thank you for your service. In addition, any graduate that will be entering the military service, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. We would now like to take a moment to honor those who lost their lives and their families impacted by the tragedy in Uvalde, Texas. We also would like to take a moment to honor two students from the class of 22 who are not with us today, Marla Pappas and Sarah Pavella. Marla and Sarah passed away while attending LTHS. Today, we remember Marla, Sarah, and their families, as well as those who lost their lives in Uvalde, Texas, and their families. At this time, let's please take a moment of silence in memory of Marla Pappas, Sarah Pavella, those who have lost their lives in Uvalde, Texas. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome and introduce our honored guests. Dr. Robert McBride, Jr., Superintendent of District 205. Ms. Ann Lopez Caneva, LTHS Board of Education President. Mr. Richard Ives, LTHS Board of Education Vice President. Mr. Michael Lewandowski, LTHS Board of Education Member. Mr. Zion Navarra, LTHS Board of Education member. Dr. Lori Cristofero, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Mr. Tony Kandari, Assistant Superintendent of Personnel. Dr. Carrie Green, Principal, Central Campus. Ms. Stephanie Croy, Director of Business Services. Mr. Matt Dusterhoff, Director of Technology. Dr. Angela Huntington, Director of Special Education. Ms. Jeanette Castillo, Director of Public Relations. Ms. Angela Adolph, Director of Development and Foundation. In addition to our honored guests, please join me in thanking the following staff for their contributions to LTHS and for their participation in this 113th graduation ceremony. Will the following staff please stand to be recognized? Our assistant principals at East and Central campuses, Dr. Jennifer Webb-Ray, Mr. Matthew Bartley, and Ms. Patricia Sermon. In addition to all faculty and staff, please stand to be recognized as well. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our graduation speaker, Dominic Gaseneca. Dominic Seneca is a member of the graduating class of 2022. Over the past 4 years, Dominic has been a varsity swimmer for head coach Jason Osbolt, eventually working his way to becoming the captain of a record-breaking team. Having decided on a path in film at DePaul University after graduating from LTHS, Dominic decided to get a head start on his learning by not only joining the drama club, but by also producing a short film with the help of fellow classmates Nora Gologly and Jack Kamowitz. Dominic states that his main goal has always been to help his community and to hopefully have brought a smile to people's faces. Please welcome our graduation speaker and our very own Porter mascot, Dominic Gaseneca.
My bad. Hold on. Something's not right. Much better. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic Seneca. In my 4 years at Lockport, I have held various titles: student, swim captain, actor, filmmaker, mascot. But out of all of them, the one that gives me the most pride is a porter, because that title connects me to all of you. We are all porters. I mean, look around. Oh, wait, my bad. And that gives me great comfort, because to be a porter is to be a winner. I mean, look around. In attendance today are some of the brightest and most creative people this generation has to offer. From future engineers and chemists to talented musicians and writers, Lockport is full of potential and success. But why is that? What sets you all apart from the rest? What makes a porter. My humble opinion, it's perseverance. Those of you who know me know I love to talk just a little bit too much, but my first love was listening. And over the years, I have listened to many of your stories, of the triumphs and the trials that you have had to endure. Be it heartbreak or homework, you have all been faced with adversities, and yet, you made it. You're here. You persevered. That is a fact that has always inspired me about all of you and made me want to reach your levels. I remember at the beginning of my swim season looking at the football team's success and thinking, I could do that. Yeah, I can do that. I just need to put in the effort. I need to put in their effort. I thought the same thing when I saw my friends on stage acting in a play, and once more when I saw my peers, your peers, doing things most only wish they could do in the realms of art, music, science, and so much more. I'm here because of you and the example you have set for me. So thank you. And I hope that as you all go on to the next stage of your life, you remember who you are. You are a porter, one of many thousands that have come and gone, one of many that will go on to do great things. Use that title as motivation, but also as a consolation that the future, no matter how frightening, will be all right. Because in the end, a porter is always a winner.
Thank you, Dominic. Presenting the Class of 22 Special Awards will be Dr. Carrie Green, the principal of Central Campus.
Before the awards are presented, I'd like to refer you to the 2022 Commencement program where you'll find all of the Class of 2022 Special Awards. The first award to be presented today will be for 4 years of perfect attendance. Will the following students please come forward to receive your awards? Allison Michelle Bobeck. Glaken Patino Cesarato. Emma Grace Forbes. Morgan Paige Castellut. And Aiden Timothy O'Connor. Aiden. One more round of applause for our 4 years of perfect attendance. Congratulations, guys. The next awards are presented to students who have earned a cumulative regular grade point average of 4.0 for all years in high school. So that means they've never received a B. Would the following students please come forward to accept their awards? Julia Kernan Berglund. Nicholas Michael Costello. Cameron Laverne Deblacourt. Ryan Michael Durbin. Gabriella Anna Theodore. Emma Grace Forbes. Dominic Stanley Gaseneca. Ashley Marie Gibbs. Natalie Rose Homerding. Gwyneth Michaela Creha. Emma Kate Mackin. Sophia Aaliyah Marcial. Eliza Nadine Matson. Velka Munoz. Abigail Marie Obradovic. McKenna Jane O'Leary. And Benjamin John Staley. One more round of applause for our 4.0 recipients. Congratulations, guys. Either way, you're okay. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Robert McBride, our superintendent of Lockport Township High School, who will present the class of 2022.
Good afternoon. It is such a privilege to be here with all of you, to be here with these graduates, outside and together. Thank you, Dr. Green, and thank you, Dr. Greenan. And on behalf of the Lockport Township High School District 205 Board of Education, I would like to sincerely thank our building administrators, Dr. Greenan, Dr. Green, Dr. Jennifer Webb-Ray, Mr. Matthew Bartley, and Mrs. Trish Sermon for their extraordinary service and building leadership this past year. We all know that none of us get to any of these places on our own. Additionally, you can't say thanks enough. My sincere gratitude goes out to all of the support staff members who organized many of the details of this event, particularly Christine Mildice, Jatan Matlock, and Jody Rigoni. Also, if you just simply don't, every detail of today's commencement is possible because of the hard work of our facility staff members under the leadership of Mr. William Thompson. Thank you to our grounds, custodial, maintenance, and staff members. Finally, you would not even hear me if it wasn't for the great work of our public relations staff, particularly Eric Slager. Could you give all of those people working this event just a huge round of applause for their time and for just, surrounding these graduates with love and affection. It also gives me a great deal of pleasure. I know they've been introduced already, but to introduce you to the board members that are here present with me today. President Ann Lopez Cadiva, our Vice President Dick Ives, Board Member Michael Lewandowski, who has not missed 25 graduations as a board member, and Mr. Zion Navarra. Could you give them a big round of applause? And I'd also like to acknowledge three of our board members who had other obligations today, Mr. Michael Travis, Dr. Veronica Shaw, and Mrs. Luann Johnson. These are volunteers. your elected officials who have worked tirelessly this past year to keep our school open and to make events like this and memories like this possible. If you're like me, high school was only 4 years of my life. And every year that I'm older, high school becomes a smaller and smaller and smaller portion of my total life. But in my memory, it is enormous. Because I had the great fortune, like these graduates, to go to a school that raised me up, that loved me, that brought me together, and gave me memories of a lifetime. And before I certify the class of 2022 and present them to our board president, it is my role to properly introduce these graduates and salute what they have accomplished in some very challenging years. Earlier today, I attended our sectional championship baseball game against Lincoln Way West. I had a moment to reflect on the accomplishments of our baseball team as each inning passed. I almost took a foul ball to the head, which would have shortened this ceremony considerably because there wouldn't be a superintendent's speech. But at Flake Field, there was a massive crowd, and our players fought very hard to advance. And even in a loss, this team and the graduates here from this team reminded me of what this entire class of porters is all about. Dominic said it. I can. These porters are all about I can. And that is their definitive message for these past 2 years, for their 4 years in high school, for their time. I can. It speaks loudly through their actions, not through their words. Mrs. Lopez-Caniva, I believe the class of 2022 will have a deep and lasting legacy in the history of our high school district of one of the greatest classes of all time. And let me repeat that. One of the greatest classes of all time. Out of 113 classes that have passed through this commencement ceremony. That's big talk. And that might sound like exaggeration, especially when families and students walk past the plaques at Central or in the Porter Room here at East, commemorating porters who went off to World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Those porters, like these porters, dedicated themselves to excelling in spite of a backdrop of historic challenge and difficulty. For the students assembled on this field, they have a definitive message. Optimism defeats cynicism. Effort defeats apathy. And hope always defeats dejection. Where there is a will, there is a way, and it is always better to engage, try, attempt, jump in, go for it, even if you don't succeed. Among this class, there are 4 National Merit finalists, 6 National Merit commended students. In front of us are 900 plus students who scored more A's and B's in classrooms than any of their predecessors. Many expected this class to falter academically in their performance on college entrance exams, and yet they did not, scoring just as past classes had, even in the midst of a global pandemic. They came to school, maintaining 96% attendance rate, with the exception of the past few weeks, and a particular Monday after a certain dance called prom. You know what I'm talking about. But you know what most of the adults here know? We know that most of what we do in life is showing up. And you showed up. You never stopped showing up. In front of you are Eagle Scouts, state-recognized actors, 120 Illinois State scholars, first, second, and third place winners in state-level design, architectural, and engineering competitions, state-level winners in Skills USA and culinary competitions. They're all-state musicians in band and choir. They have performed at the internationally prestigious Midwest International Clinic. Here in front of us are members of student government, robotics, Student Equity Action Committee, the Gay Straight Alliance, Porter Gamers and Esports Team, Chess Team, World Language Honor Societies, National Honor Society, Orchesis, Best Buddies, Special Olympics, and so many more. They're members of a girls lacrosse team that had a perfect, undefeated regular season. And one of them is this nation's top scorer in the entire United States in her 4 years as a high school lacrosse player. Pretty amazing. And of course, they represent 5 IHSA state trophies. Medalists in girls swimming, in track and field, wrestling, top 3 finishes in boys soccer, team wrestling, and of course, champions in football, cheerleading, and girls bowling. You can give that a big round of applause. You can go for it. And as much as we would like to say that you, the students, are responsible for that, I'd also like to present to our Board of Education you, the parents. I have to imagine that when you're standing in front of a group of students who never gave up, that they have parents who never gave up, never stopped supporting their students. They showed up, they believed in their children, they brought them to this moment despite the challenges that I can only imagine in your home as they were in my home. Parenting in this time in the mood swings of a global pandemic. Thank you to all of our parents for your persistence and your faith in your public high school. Every day we try to do our homework here at Lockport Township High School because we know that you are doing your homework at home. So can we give our parents and our community a huge round of applause for giving us you? You gave us these students. And speaking of homework, it is only appropriate to thank the staff members here, the school counselors, teachers, coaches, sponsors assembled with us today and not with us today, for the work they did to develop and help these graduates along on their journey. Thank you. To the graduates, I want to say that leading your life and exploring who you will become is the great excitement and joy of a lifetime. Only you can decide what is next and who you will be in 5 years, 10 years, or 50 years. I hope you approach your search with reverence, care, happiness, belief, kindness, gentleness, and determination. Accept that every day you will still be a work in process. You will still be in a stage of becoming. And accept my thanks and the thanks of our Board of Education, staff members, and your parents for allowing us the privilege of sharing these past 4 years with you and being on your journey for just a little bit of the ride. Graduations are as much a time for the adults to take stock of what we are teaching you as what you have taught us. You, the class of 2022, have taught us that even when we cannot change the challenging circumstances around us or the great problems of our time, we can change the world inside of us and respond with spirit, kindness, and joy. As Dominic said, I can. And you said that to us loud and clear, and I'm grateful for it. So it is with great pleasure and honor that I certify the graduates assembled here at the 113th Lockport Township High School District 205 Commencement that they have completed all the graduate requirements of this Board of Education in the state of Illinois. I am proud to present them to our Board of Education and to you, President Ann Lopez Caneva. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McBride. Good afternoon, honored guests, family, friends, faculty, and especially the graduating class of 2022. We are here honoring the resilience of these graduates. All graduates deserve a celebration, but you graduates have an even greater achievement. You were able to stay focused throughout your high school years amid the pandemic and insanity of this world. And throughout all of this, you have given LTHS many accomplishments from academics, sports, state championships, clubs, and fine arts. And as Dr. McBride listed all of those accomplishments from all of these students, we thank you. We also thank you for making Lockport Township High School a top nationally recognized school and ranked by U.S. News and World Report as being the best high school in 2022. For this, we give you a standing ovation and applause. Now for my few words of advice, the most important. Be kind as you want others to be to you. Live your life with integrity. Live each day as it comes. Believe in yourself and do your best. Above all, live by your beliefs and more importantly, respect the beliefs of others. In the late Senator John McCain's book, Character is Destiny, his role model of resilience is Abraham Lincoln. President Lincoln had a very hard life, losing many of the people he loved, losing more elections than he won, and often struggling to succeed. However, he never gave up. Why was President Lincoln so resilient? Senator McCain said that Lincoln had three qualities. First, he had a sense of humor. He could always laugh about his problems, no matter how bad they were. Second, his constant hard work. He just kept plugging away day and night, never giving up. His third one was dedication to his goals. He just had to help America become freer and just. Graduates, you too can be like President Lincoln. Keep on laughing, keep working hard, and work for something that inspires you. When you do, you will become more resilient and you will be successful. As Dominic stated in his speech, you are a porter and you can do it. We wanted you to begin this school year feeling safe and secure. At the same time, we tried to make you aware that there are things out there to be wary of. The world is not perfect, but it is our world. It is up to each of us to make it better. I hope you will take up that work, righting the wrongs that you see and working to give others the chances you had. It is for that reason that I asked you to respect this world. And remember, too, that society is exactly what we make of it. I give you a few paradox commandments that shape how I go about life. People sometimes are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Love them anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. Today, we wish you every success in the years ahead. We hope that you will join LTHS alumni and stay connected. We hope that you will all lead good, successful, and useful lives. Always remember that there isn't any road to the road of success. You have to find your way. We have every confidence that you will. After all, you are graduates of Lockport Township High School. My final advice, something my grandfather and my father always said to me, and something that I pass on to my children to this day: never, ever forget where you came from. On behalf of the Board of Education, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. We hope you keep Lockport Township High School in your hearts, as we all do. Members of the audience, please join me in congratulating the class of 2022 on this day, which means so much to them and to their families and friends. And I leave you with the words of our principal, John Greenham. Go Porters!
Hayam Ahmad Abdallah.
Kaylin MMA Hall Merrick.
Isa Eid Abdallah.
Tyler Bjorn Larson.
Syed Hala Abdalkader.
Ethan Richard Lave.
Peyton Anthony Abdel Razik.
Polixani Lavis.
Sarah Yusuf Abu Alawaha.
Angelina K. Lawson.
Tasmi Wal Abu Laban.
Antonio Lebron.
Yusuf Meher Abu Kalbain.
Ashley Ann Leaney.
Alia Nadir Abu Zir.
Lucas Jacob Leha,
Dylan Thomas Agan,
Caitlin Marie Lazinski,
Cecilia Sol Aguilar,
Adrian Deontay Marcel Lewis,
Vanessa Aguirre,
Gabriella Elizabetta Lewis,
Jacob Wyatt Ahrens,
Allison Grace Layden,
Miriam Abdanik Ajibola,
Brian Joseph Layden,
Jessica Alenas Rodriguez,
Rebecca Tara Layden,
Vance Ethan Alex,
Casey Lynn Lencioni,
Alina Rosura Alfaro,
Ty Michael Cho Lillenberg,
Tamer Muhammad Ali,
Meadow Marie Limoncello,
Noah Nathaniel Allen Sidon,
Ryan Edward Little,
Lana Mohammed Almaterna,
Evan Michael Latinsky,
Angel Almasan,
Margaret Adele Livesey,
Rania Salmin Al-Salahi,
Randy Dale Loftus Jr.,
Michael Noel Alvarado,
Alexis Leah Lopez,
Alvaro Aiden Alvarez,
America Lopez Buenita,
Samaria Alexis Alvarez,
Andrew John Lopresti,
Anthony James Anderson,
Thomas Edward Lorkowitz,
Elizabeth Marie Anderson,
Jacob Michael Love,
Alyssa Victoria Andrews,
Austin Bradley Lovett,
Jasmine Cecilia Angelo,
Guadalupe Lozada,
Jeremy John Anthony,
Santino Angelo Lozano,
Joshua James Antonio,
Ivan Macias,
Emilio Adrian Arias,
Emma Kate Mackin,
Mitchell Oscar Arndt,
Samantha Lynn Madison,
Emily Tracy Arroyo,
Joseph Henry Maggio,
Mari Jose Arantigui Tabata,
Tristan Ryan Magyar,
Angel Arzuaga,
Caroline Therese Mayer,
Julian Arzuaga,
Colin James Majewski,
Victor Arzuaga,
Jeffrey Gordon Malik,
Talon Jace Athos,
Jasmine Na Okeli Anand,
Nicolette Renee Ariema,
Olivia Monica Mallet,
Noah Mohammed Ayash,
Jessica Lynn Manson,
Aldona Anna Babel,
Amelia Rose Marchese,
Evelyn Cecilia Paulette Babel,
Sophia Ailey Marcial,
Jennifer Nicole Babica,
Daniel Jeffrey Marino,
Everett William Bayer,
Casey Margaret Markusik,
Isabella Marie Bayer,
Jaden Samuel Marquez,
Angelica Emily Baffia,
Patrick Wayne Marshall,
Courtney Marie Baker,
Michael Joseph Marzalek,
Leah Ann Baker,
Kira Lynn Martin,
Kane Richard Balkaitis,
Adrian Ricardo Martinez,
Nicole Marie Barrett,
Cameron Joseph Martinez,
Fanny Barrientos Gomez,
Jose Luis Martinez Jr.,
Jessica Renee Barth,
Matthew Vincent Martinez,
Joshua Kenneth Basinger,
Vanessa Martinez.
Alyssa Nicole Bates.
Marco Alexander Martinez Molina.
Isaiah Joseph Beasley.
Daniel Martizek.
Kyle Robert Becker.
Ariana Linda Maida.
Tay Lee Balzac.
Allison Elizabeth Mateja.
Brian Alexander Bello.
Eliza Nadine Matson.
Kathleen Gakud Balukro.
Sarah Marie Matuzik.
Reese Natalie Benda.
Lily Jade Morella.
Aria Renee Beno.
Donovan Cash McAllister.
Christy Renee Bentley.
Tyler Daniel Ross McCann.
Julia Karen Berglund.
Broden Michael McCarthy.
Devin Matthew Burka.
John Joseph McCormick Jr.
Mia Gabrielle Bernardin.
Kenya Shai McCullough.
Jory Christina Bielik.
Shane Thomas McKenty.
Georgina Ashley Bielski.
Jocelyn Emma McGee.
Kara Alexis Billings.
Lauren Elizabeth McGowan.
Sierra Paris Bellato.
Anna Catherine McGraw.
Cecilia Jocelyn Bisaga.
Richard Eric McPherson.
Andrew Jeffrey Blackburn Forst.
Jatan Mamishi.
Connor Logan Blake.
Ashley L. Mendelson.
Grayson Reed Blanchett.
Jasmine Bianca Mendoza.
Allison Michelle Bobick.
Michelle Mendoza.
Dawson Michael Bohenick.
Victor Mendoza.
Hannah Noel Betcher.
Matthew Scott Merck.
Haley Christine Bogdan.
Faith Rose Mahalovic Wright.
Joseph Robert Bogalowski.
Matas Makutskas.
Joshua Casimir Boyk.
Monica Makutskas.
Saida Sharambarno Bakari.
Olivia Marie Milker.
Jacob Michael Bonecki.
Austin David Miller.
Ariana Lynn Borla.
Tyler Nicholas Miller.
Caitlin Ryan Bosco.
Mia Marie Meyerles.
Brooke Madison Foster.
Patricia Joanne Mizek.
Christian Faith Bowie.
Carly Reese Mitchell.
Alexander James Brandt.
Eileen Grace Mitchell.
Fred Ray Connor Brandt.
Kaylin Rose Mitchell.
Jetta Grace Brazel.
Joshua David Maldick.
Ryan Christopher Britch.
David Molick.
Ethan Gerald Brooker.
John Robert Molinsky.
Griffin Kevin Brown.
Eladio Montoya Jr.
Malik Laron Brown.
Fabian Montoya.
Michael Buzak.
Cassidy Ann Moore.
John Peter Bagoon.
Dylan James Morgan.
Miranda Desiree Burgos.
Emma Grace Morgan.
George Thomas Berg V.
Ulysses Mosqueda.
Adriana Nye Birds.
Emma Catherine Mutkowski.
Tatum Renee Bush.
Nathaniel Glenn Mowry.
Jacob Ryan Butera.
Michael David Muka.
Christopher James Burdack.
Jessica Susan Mueller.
Aaliyah Yolanda Calderon.
Jordan Anthony Mueller.
James Ching Ren Calvert.
Max William Mueller.
Angel Yahir Calvillo.
Thomas Joseph Mula.
Jacob Anthony Campbell.
Dominic Joseph Mulika,
Victoria Grace Campbell,
Vielka Munoz,
Normandas Cablicas,
Anthony Munson,
Ryan Joseph Capello,
Benjamin Allen Murdoch,
Jennifer Samantha Carbajal,
Shannon Elizabeth Murtaugh,
Charlize Linda Cardona,
Amanda Margaret Musial,
Hannah Elizabeth Carlson,
Owen Arthur Robert Myers,
Nicole Jean Carlson,
Peyton James Steele Myers,
Kahari Tremont Carpenter, Guadalupe Castaneda,
Alexandra Nicole Nash,
Alyssa Patricia Catinas,
Daniel Angel Navarez,
Caitlin Christine Cavallo,
Kyle Patrick Niesman,
Emiliano Cazares,
Dylan David Nominson,
Iris Isabel Cazares,
Imani Dene Norwood,
Alexis Ceballos, Samantha Serta,
Jessica Nozelik,
Glaken Patino Cesarado,
Selena Rose Nowak,
Maya Elizabeth Shandarana,
Kelly Diane Nunez,
Kayvon Latrell Chapman,
Kavari Denmonte Oates,
Madison Margaret Charest,
Colin Patrick O'Boyle,
Jasmine Arlene Charney,
Emily Ann O'Boyle,
Carmen Joanne Cruz Chavez,
Abigail Marie Obradovic,
Kaylee Jade Chavez,
Delaney Elizabeth O'Brien,
Sergio Isaiah Chavez,
Octavio Benjamin Ochoa III,
Leo Edward Klebeck,
Aiden Timothy O'Connor,
Sarah Danielle Klebeck,
Mackenzie Claire O'Connor,
Christopher Maurice Jr. Christian Hunter,
Colin Patrick O'Hare,
Grace Margaret Christopher,
Lindsay Ann Oldendorf,
Alexis Faith Churchill,
Michaela Olegario,
Henry Francis Kickowski,
Alyssa Paris Olson,
Gabrielle Ian Sidon,
Adam Olzanski,
Thomas Joseph Sapiti,
Gabriella Olzanski,
Liliana Stephanie Sislo,
Christian Onate,
Bianca Marcela Cisneros,
Brian Joseph Ondiak,
Corey Nicholas Stephen Clark,
Maggie Elizabeth O'Neill,
Chase Matthew Camello,
Michael James Onesto,
Taylor Nicole Cobb,
Atahan Ors,
Emma Diane Cockanoir,
Savannah Brienne Ortiz,
Michaela Adrian Bado Coquin,
Zachary Richard Adelino,
Jackson James Koch,
Dylan Gregory Pick,
Christina Angelina Coleman,
Adziri Padilla,
Jacob Michael Collins,
Evangelos Pagunas,
Logan Nicole Collum,
Lucas John Paju,
Isabella Marie Cologne,
Maya Marianne Polenik,
Nathan Tyler Compton,
Vincent Francis Palumbo,
Lauren Marie Connolly,
Leah Nicole Pinozo,
Paul Joseph Contreras,
Dennis Nicholas Papafutopoulos,
Caitlin Rose Conway,
Xavier Esteban Pepis,
Joshua Amani Conway,
Brenda Hital Parikh,
Jocelyn Cordova,
Alexander Miguel Pastrana,
Bianca Aurora Carrell,
Ashka J. Patel,
Nicholas Michael Costello,
Caroline Elizabeth Potla,
Brianna Nicole Cathard,
Matthew Pawlikowski,
Anna Perna Krabby,
Noah Edward Peak,
Dominic Creston Crapia,
Carly Marie Pearson,
Delona Cortrice Creal,
David Arthur Pelkey,
Andrew Thomas Crosby,
Matthew Victor Peloso,
Aaron Reagan Cronin,
Naomi Anna Pentel,
Noah Christian Crowder,
Anthony Jacob Perez,
Jake Kruba,
Giovanni Perez,
Angelica Cruz,
Yasmin Perez,
Giovan Anthony Collada Jr.,
Maxwell Alexander Perisic,
Catherine Judith Cunningham,
Christian Giovanni Pesavento,
Alexandra,
Lauren Nicole Petrasky,
Ellie Ray Curtis,
Ashley Ann Phillips,
Gabriel Ignacio Zacco,
Hannah Grace Petrisky,
Sean Charles DeGanis,
Emma Pililis,
Kylie Christine Dinkert,
Morgan Emro Piantek,
Jillian Renee Darland,
Taylor Helene Piantek,
Kyle Anthony David,
Jagger Anthony Pisano,
Ella Annalise Davidson,
Kennedy Savannah Arnita Pitchford,
Reagan Catherine Davidson,
Cadence Pittman,
Ashley Elizabeth Deblacourt,
Emily Eliza Pogwist,
Cameron Laverne Deblacourt,
Rachel Lynn Pokorski,
Naveen Liliana Defala,
Vincent Keith Louise Polk,
Kamani Kavan DeHart,
Jacob Lee Pasego,
Nicole De Leon,
Emily Ann Michaela Pataki,
Carly Ann DeMarco,
Alexis Christine Polus,
Ellie Catherine Dink,
Jacob Scott Prizer,
Kira Riley DeNormandy,
Stephen Michael Presley,
James Sullivan Derrick,
Olivia Catherine Procasio,
Anthony Joseph DeVito,
Gabrielle Reese Purdell,
Owen Thomas Stiles,
Franklin Thaddeus Pratula,
Phoebe Elizabeth Diamond,
Jack William Pubence,
Braden Diaz,
Emma Grace Punter,
Oscar Diaz,
Nathan Connor Quinn,
Sydney Faith Dick,
Andrew William Rabiansky,
Abigail Eileen DeFilippo,
Simon James Rachel,
Annalise Marie DiGiovanni,
Alyssa Christine Rada,
Riley Catherine Marie DeVita,
Cadence Olivia Radovansovic,
Thomas Michael Doler Jr.,
Nicole Radusky,
Anna Marissa Demina,
Skylar Rose Ron,
Dana Michelle Dominguez,
Karis Grace Raya,
Samuel Alessandro Dominguez,
Isabel Ruzi Ramirez,
Noah Michael Donovan,
Alyssa Vanessa Ramos,
Trevor Michael Dooley,
Ashanti Ramos,
Dylan Matthew Dorian,
Joshua Christopher Ramos,
Ryan Christopher Dorian,
Maria Christina Ramos,
Adam Brian Doyle,
Morena Nazia Ramos,
Daniel Harry Doyle,
Paige Ann Renelis,
Imani Talia Renee Doyle,
Amber Sky Rainey,
Brianna Nicole Drabeck,
Isabella Bessie Rarick,
Dylan Michael Drake,
Paul Daniel Rass,
Noah Cameron Drabing,
Sean Alexander Rath,
Eric Emmanuel DeBoard,
Amayad Reed,
Lucas Philip Dunlap,
Caitlin Paige Reinhardt,
Adiana Isabella Dunn,
Jacob Richard Reck,
Ryan Michael Durbin,
Madison McKenna Renfro,
Leah Rose Dykstra,
Matthew James Ratusnik,
Ryan Joy Dykstra,
Cortez Christopher Rice,
Conrad Dwelbowski,
Haley Marie Richards,
Penelope Sue Ernest,
Samantha Estella Richter,
Cameron Christopher Edinburgh,
Carly Jade Ringelston,
Chloe Elizabeth Eggers,
Olivia Ray Rivera,
Adam James Eminger,
Benjamin William Rourke,
Elias Allen Engberg,
Keegan Thomas Roberson,
Riley Patrick Eppenstein,
Sophia Vanessa Rodriguez,
Emma Lou Erickson,
Adrian Kelly Rodriguez,
Nicholas Stephen Arico,
Andrew Justin Rodriguez,
Aiden Joseph Fahey Medvescas,
Christina Simone Rodriguez,
Charlotte Ray Farner,
Felix Xander Rodriguez,
Dana Fakradine,
Julio Rodriguez,
Hamza Nidal Farhan,
Isaiah Paul Rogers,
Yusuf Nidal Farhan,
Celine Michelle Rolla,
Alex Joshua Lee Farkash,
Nazarini Yunali Romo,
Michael Stephen Fabick,
Nicolette Maya Rose,
Selena Maria Fabo,
Matthew James Rosier,
Madeline Elizabeth Falunk,
Braden Wallace Roth,
Kathleen Corpus Fennessy,
Riley Tatum Rubar,
Eileen Isolda Ferreter,
Troy Thomas Ruble,
Anthony Jason Feisick,
Chloe Darlene Runke,
Gabriella Anna Fidor,
Aiden Connor Ruiz,
Trevor Charles Fithian,
Ivo Ruiz,
Kevin Daniel Fleming,
Jacob Charles Russ,
Megan Marie Fleming,
Julia Michelle Rush,
Jacqueline Ann Fletcher,
Benjamin Neri Ryan,
Jocelyn Esmeralda Flores,
Courtney Ann Ryan,
Grace Nicole Flynn,
John Michael Ryan Jr.,
Alexis Ann Fontaine,
Nathan Thomas Rubicki, Alexander Vincent Sajinski,
Aliana Irene Fontanetta,
Tanya Isabella Sachinsky,
Emma Grace Forbes,
Jocelyn Salas Carrillo,
Emily Nicole Formella,
Jesus Salazar,
Nolan Jeffrey Foster,
Nadia Claire Salsic, Judy Salim,
Nicholas Grant Franciscovich,
Trevor Mark Salitrick,
Cassidy Janae Franklin,
Hernan Cristobal Sanchez Marin,
Hope Jill French,
Marisol Sanchez Ramirez,
Francesca Elizabeth Freary,
Stephen Carter Sandeman,
Alexander James Frost,
Madeline Rose Sanford,
Emma Mackenzie Fry,
Pasquale Santucci,
Emily Lynn Gadd,
Joshua Daniel Sass,
Jasmine Nancy Galindo,
Macy Elizabeth Schaff,
Caden Thomas Gallagher,
Anthony Thomas Shank,
Ethan Daniel Gallagher,
Ronald Edward Sheik,
Kennedy Nicole Galoy,
Isabella Angelina Shilachi,
Alexis Marie Galvez,
Dylan John Schmutzler,
Luis Angel Gamboa,
Emma Caroline Schmutzler,
James Daniel Gannon,
Madeline Jane Schultz,
McKenna Lynn Ganser,
Ashley Michelle Schultz,
Alejandro Garcia,
Ty Michael Schultz,
Daniel Ramos Garcia,
Ethan John Schultz,
Katsiani Ceballos Garcia,
Vanessa Antonina Shialaba,
Antonio Garcia Moreno,
Tyler Donald Scott,
Alex James Gardner,
Caitlin Ann Sedlacek,
Matthew Nicholas Gardner,
Hope Avery Seifert,
Willow Riceland Indra Tara Piper Arwin Garrett,
Darnie Sari Sem,
Sine Anise Garley,
Joshua James Senadonos,
Abigail Yamaya Gasca,
David Kenneth Serapin Jr.,
Dominic Stanley Gaseneca,
Wafik Olantundo Shakoni,
Giovanna Isabella Gavin,
Kara Olivia Shields,
Ashley Marie Gibbs,
Sydney Amber Shields,
Nora Ray Galagli,
Caitlin Marie Sidek,
Lindsay Marie Glenn,
Nora Marie Suchak,
Gabriela Garoy,
Elise Rosemarie Signor,
Braden James Gobert,
Cody Donald Silzer,
Grant Daniel Gollinger,
Cole Ronald Silzer,
Anthony Jorge Gomez,
Aiden James Slattery,
Isaac Xavier Gomez,
Julius James Smith Jr.,
Cynthia Mariana Gonzalez,
Steve Juan Smith,
Ethan Alexander Gonzalez,
Victoria Grace Smith,
Jason Gonzalez,
Elizabeth Mara Sochaki,
Joel Fernando Gonzalez,
Alexander Julian Soifer,
Olivia Anna Gorgel,
Stephanie Solano,
Christian Anthony Goss,
Jasmine Kathleen Sosa,
McKenna Rose Graff,
Kyle John Sopchak,
Ryan Conrad Green,
Cole Thomas Bizuri,
Mary Elizabeth Ann Greenlaw,
Madeline Ray Stashak,
Anthony Mateo Guerrero,
Benjamin John Staley,
Brianna Bruna Guilfoyle,
Makoden Stampley,
Brad Gutierrez,
Cassidy Lynn Stengel,
Marco Antonio Guzman,
Carolina Stasek,
Jacob Ethan Haas,
John Stazel,
Julia Lee Habas,
Brock Edward Stevens,
Ugnas Leazes,
Megan Joyce Stevens,
Zoe Elizabeth Halitek,
Bianca Francesca Stillo,
Jonathan Alexander Hall,
Mia Antoinette Stillo,
Aya Said Hamad,
Alan James Stone,
Claire Dong Yoon Hamaker,
Emily Ann Stomello,
Andrew John Hansel,
Simon Strazek,
Bailey Rose Harris.
Michael Anthony Stranowski.
Luke William Hassenbeck.
Kara Michelle Strickland.
Michael Min Hasso.
Matthew Joseph Strom.
Stephanie April Hayes.
Nicholas Edwards Strzula.
Alexander Dumas Heidelberg.
Catherine Delaney Sochaki.
Heather Holly Heinz.
Danielle Anna Sulik.
Sydney Francis Hemker.
Aaron Charles Sullivan.
Dylan Louise Hemmings.
Jack Joseph Superchinsky.
Audrey Kate Henderson.
Grace Michelle Surin.
Daniel Alejandro Hernandez.
Elijah Emmanuel Sutton.
Orion Musaki Hernandez.
Sean Edward Sabota.
Samantha Azira Hernandez.
Danya Isabella Swice.
Teresa Hernandez Gonzalez.
Jaden Amir Swims Werner.
Kendall Reese Hirschbach.
Sarah Elizabeth Sojinsky.
Hanan Khalid Heshma.
Jacob Michael Swejizik.
Cheyenne Rain Hill.
Melanie Maria Skodadon.
Julian Sean Hillman.
Stephen Andrew Sabicki.
Cody Allen Hinks.
John Lucas Swab.
Tyler James Halavasek.
Xander Williams James Sinchkowski.
Kayana Denise Hobbs.
Emily Suzanne Tabor.
Jade Destiny Haddock.
Seha Azmi Taha.
Joseph Connor Hoffman.
Michael Bartos Tukuski.
Michael Brian Holland.
Megan Michelle Tinklet.
Natalie Rose Homerding.
Liam Philip Taylor.
Joseph Michael Houlihan.
Thomas Joseph Tabachevich III.
Jaron Michelle Houston Jr.
Nathan Thomas Tepper.
Joseph Anthony Howard.
Savrula Theo Harris.
Serena Dentana Howard.
Sydney Ryan Tees.
Chase Nasir Hoofman.
Krista Thomas.
Amelia Mai Hughes.
Christopher Robert David Thomas.
Maya Marion Hughes.
Hayden Walter Timosek.
Andrew David Hunt.
Lisbeth Tirado.
Evan Allen Hunt.
Mark Richard Tor.
Peyton Alexis Ignatiak.
Nicholas Donovan Torres.
Taya Diana Ingram.
Ross Hunter Tracy.
Victor Luis Izquierdo.
Jocelyn Tashanti Treadwell.
Emily Marilyn Jakowiak.
Jared Anabong Tubongabanu.
Taylor Marie Jaxa.
Sophia Tankarichis.
Emily Rose Jacob.
Josu Ricardo Tercios Diaz.
Adam Omar Jada.
Lucas Chase Turner.
Naris Fatima Jeffrey.
David Evan Ewer.
Kayla Ann James.
Paulina Lulinskas.
Megan Janik.
Michael Alexander Ungaro.
Agara Strarusavicus.
Aaron Paul David Vales.
Colin Michael Josekowitz.
Janice Vale.
Jumana Jane Johar.
Ryan Gabriel Vandertuck.
Matt Jaworski.
Jordan Marie Vanoni.
Tyler Joseph Jensmianka.
Dovas Jonas Veracogis.
Jeremy Jacob Jensen.
Alexander Apostolos Vasilikis.
Angelina Renee Jarentowski.
Nicholas Apostolos Vasilikis.
Jason Dean Jeske.
Landon James Vasbury.
Aiden Michael Jillick.
Julian Velasco.
Isabella Julia Jillick.
Arnaldo Velasquez Jr.
Milka Jimenez.
Emily Velasquez.
Douglas Joseph Johnson.
Daniel Robert Veltman.
Nicholas Rabel Johnson.
Alessandro Vera.
Tyler Joseph Johnson.
Jacqueline Francine Vianney.
Mackie Javon Johnson Mora.
Dylan Allen Vilcek.
Joanna Itzel Juarez.
Emily Villasenor.
Amelia Carolina Jerzik.
Madison Rose Vinicki.
Paul Aldous Cadleck.
Alexandria Lucila Virginie.
John Andrew Kajmawick.
Charlotte Ann Volmer.
Danny Kachizovic.
Jordan Leo Verba.
Amilka Magdalena Kalata.
David Albert Vukobratovich.
Newton Donald Kaminsky.
Sadie Axley Welton.
Scott Kenneth Campagna.
Joanna Alexandra Wallace.
Kyle Joseph Kamek Kautowskis.
Avery Shea Ward.
Evelyn Louise Cantor.
John Anthony Ward III.
Austin Michael Cap.
Kevin Lamont Ward.
Adrian Marie Carpin.
Eva Marie Warner.
Nathan Edward Carpias.
Sydney Ray Warnock.
Alexis Marie Karpinski.
Tara Lauren Warsaw.
Blake Anthony Cast.
Robert Trevon Marquise Washington.
Ahmad Ayed Kawash.
Alexandra Lee Way.
Rebecca Marie Kazmierzak.
Olivia Renee Webb.
Natalie Marie Kellner.
Abigail Rose Weber.
Brandon Robert Kemp.
Carter John Whiteman.
Adriana Rose Kennedy.
Trinity Joy Weingart.
Madison Taylor Castello.
Grace Catherine Weisner.
Morgan Page Castello.
Samantha Aaron Weisner.
Kyle Joseph Kivish.
Grace Therese Whitman.
Brooke Lynn Kilchinsky.
Michael Robert Wiersma.
Caitlin Nicole Keys.
Kevin Frank Wilder.
Derek Gunner Kind.
Nathan Williams.
Nicole Kiania.
Talayla Yanesi Williams.
Skylar Marie Kirchman.
Tamari Williams.
Gregory Andrew Carilco Jr.
Connor Riley Wilson.
Nathan David Klein.
Mackenzie Lang Wilson.
Cameron Joseph Kleros.
Jenna Elizabeth Wing.
Caden Michael Kanisevich.
Sean Michael Winters.
Paige Margaret Knight.
Vincent Daniel Weiss.
Jessia Catherine Knippenberg.
Skylar Lynn Wojcik.
Trevin Joseph Katz.
Andrew Stephen Wood.
Hannah Valina Kofira.
Emma Marie Wood.
Megan Lillian Kolpacki.
Nicole Lee Jacob.
Demetra Alexis Cantos.
Christopher Emmanuel Vargas. Paige Wabelski. Reese Edwin Young.
Nick
Trevor
Andrew
Aiden
Carosa.
Zajic.
Nick Andrew Carosa.
Jake Edward Zacharias.
Maya Courtney Kosiniak.
Natalia Maria Zajac.
Natasha Josephine Kozel.
Jacob Zakowski.
Alex James Kozik.
David Jaden Zaragoza II.
Samuel Keith Kozio.
Amani Zagar.
Grace Ann Kozik.
Daniel Marcin Zeglin.
Abigail Eileen Krasmer.
Natalia Jennifer Zelazny.
Gwyneth Michaela Kriha.
Adam Mohammed Zidan.
Aspen Noel Crope.
Kaylee Marie Zukowski.
Joshua Paul Kruger.
Brendan David Zurek.
Jackson Tillman Krasinski.
Malik Turner.
Colin Anthony Krezakowski. Matthew Joseph Kroos. Michael Kadirski. Jacqueline Olivia Caffell. Joseph Edward Coots. Victor Kuzma. Isabel Quack. Caleb Matthew Brian LaGilia Pridham. Tori Lynn Leahy. Connor Christopher Lang. Caitlin Marie Griffin.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to be the first to present to you the Lockport Township High School graduates of the class of 2022. Congratulations to the class of 2022. May all of you go forth to do your very best as your future now awaits you on this day of June 4th, 2022. Once again, congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2022 at Lockport Township High School, District 205. Graduates, you can now move your tassels from one side to the other. At this time, I ask that all staff assisting with the diploma distribution to dismiss themselves and proceed to their diploma stations. Parents and guests, please remain seated until the recessional is complete. We conclude today's ceremony with the playing of the Loyalty by the LTHS Band. Thank you and congratulations.